there's a sell-by date. And then you better have the next chapter ready. Otherwise, you're going, remember me? Come, please let me back on that screen. I'll play a corpse. It's bad, if I held on to going to camp, if I held on to potty training, you got to keep moving.
Is that quite stressful, though, knowing almost as soon as you're in one thing that you need to be looking for the next thing?
It is stressful, of course, because it's like a death. If it was easy, everybody'd do it. But once you do it, once you make that leap, then life becomes worth living again. I mean, I'm happier now than I think when I was, seriously desperate.
But you
and it came out as comedy. There was a woman panicking.
But you're seriously famous as well. I mean, obviously you still are, but, what were you coping with at the height of your fame?
Nothing.
You were happy?
Famous, yeah. It's enticing, it's addictive. But then when you start to slip, and I'm not in the leagues of the big kids in Hollywood, but when people stop looking at you, it's like you're coming off of coke, you're coming off of your drug. And so somebody once said, when you become that famous, you stop observing other people, you just observe other people watching you. And if you gave anybody that much attention, they would be corrupted. I don't know anybody. Well, Tom Hanks. Very few people are well adjusted with that kind of attention. It's seriously bad for your health.
It's almost impossible to stay normal in that situation.
You can't stay normal, and you can get away with it in your 20s, but after that you start listening to the clock ticking.
So what happens to people who weren't
Except for Judi Dench,
who weren't able to do what you did
defied clocks
and step away from it? What happens to the mind from your experience, to those people who can't step away and it does change and people stop looking at them in the way that they did?
Well, you tell me. We do see the results of people who were once, something. I would say usually it's kind of tragic, or they relive their golden moment. The minute you win a gold, it's already downhill. You're already, if you can't get the mojo up, I'd say maybe Robin Williams. I don't know why the guy, it wasn't because he was bipolar. Let me make that clear for bipolars. But if you've got that kind of genius and you go at speeds, that are like high turbo, and then you start to lose it, you can see in people's eyes that kind of disappointment. And I would say, I'd think about quitting if, I would be so depressed. I was never that brilliant and I was never that beautiful as beautiful women. But when you start to fade, it's very painful.